What is natural sugar? Natural sugar is sugar that occurs naturally in foods like fruits, vegetables, and dairy. It's not processed, so it's in its purest form. Examples of natural sugars: fructose, found in fruits and some vegetables; lactose, found in dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese; glucose, found in honey, agave, and molasses; galactose, found in dairy products, beets, nuts, legumes, and some fruits and vegetables. Foods that contain natural sugars: fruits, apples, oranges, berries, dates, prunes, and mangoes; vegetables, sweet potatoes, beets, carrots, onions, peas, corn, pumpkin, squash, and tomatoes; milk, yogurt, and cheese. Benefits of natural sugar: natural sugars are often high in fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. Foods that contain natural sugars can help you feel full longer and have more energy. Other types of sugars: refined sugars, sugars that come from natural sources but have been processed to remove everything but sugar; added sugars, sugars that are added to foods or drinks during processing or preparation. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Bayou Sugar Garden. I am Bayou Sugar, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome in. If not, welcome back. Thank you all for being here. Let me see. I'm trying to do something here. Okay. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. And if you would be so kind, share me out just in case someone does not get the notification that I am live. Also, you guys, comment. I am currently live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. And we will discuss them. This is always an open-ended conversation. It's not just me talking, but it's always us evaluate information. You tell me what's on your mind, I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. You tell me what you think, I tell you what I think. You know, that's how we go. So, and for those of you who are catching a replay, leave me comments too. I read my comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, thank you guys for being here. For those who are live in the bushes, I appreciate you. One time for the bush people. And one time for those who are catching the replay. Those who are live in the chat, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Welcome in, Mike. That's my fellow night owl. If I'm up and in somebody's chat, and I know Mike gonna be there too. We the night owls. What's going on, D Bud Files? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. All my fellow night owls. My Renaissance grandma, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. My Renaissance grandma. My mama got my package yesterday that you sent. I think from what I had won on Tampa's Creek Live. Now my mama don't never call me about my mail, but your package, she say it just smells so good. What's in it? So I say, Mama, just open it up. Open it up. You can open it up. She said, "Oh, it smells so good." So I might not see my soap. But it's okay though, cause I got some. I left some down there, and I have some up here. So now she probably gonna try to steal that stash, but she ain't getting my hot cha cha. She gonna send me my hot cha cha. I can't share that seasoning. She don't cook anyway, so she'll send that to me. But she probably gonna hijack me for my soap. So thank you for smelling that, and I got your message from Tampa. I will be sharing it tonight. Thank you for sharing it. And your message sparked me to go live today because I was gonna go live, but I was gonna end, our conversation on all this food and stuff because I feel like I'm just, how you just feel like you talk about something so much that you feel like the time has passed. I think y'all got it. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but with what you share with me today and this joke I heard, it just reignited my fire not to let it go. Not just yet. Not just yet. Because some of us get it and some of us get it faster than others, and some of us it take us a while. And so some of us might need to be shown a little bit more evidence and things. And so we're going to do some things tonight and look at it. And we're going to look in the camera, and we're going to talk directly to America, whoever making the decisions for what we eating and stuff and giving us choices. And we're going to let them know, you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to lie to kick it. They ain't got to lie, right? Right. They ain't got to lie. Just be upfront and honest with me. And that's what basically this whole conversation is going to be around, to tell them, you ain't got to lie to us. You can tell me the truth. Tell me the truth and give me the option. Give me at least the let me make the decision. Don't try to make it for me. Don't try to twist my arm behind my back and make me do what you want me to do. I mean, this stuff is, if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. And most of us out here, they gonna do it. We gonna do it anyway. We gonna eat sugar because we addicted. And like most addicts, when you eat it, once you taste it, like them Lay's potato chips, you can't eat just one. You might stop for a little while, but you're gonna go back every now and then. It's just like that. And then you got some that not gonna do it, that are strong enough to just say, hey, I'm not gonna do it. You got some strong-minded people that's like that. But it's enough of us strong-minded people in the world for you to make money off of or to get what you gonna get and be happy. So you ain't gotta lie to kick it. You ain't gotta lie. Just let me know and let me make my decision. That's all we saying. You ain't gotta lie. Cause I'm whether you told me or not, for the people that's consumers that are gonna buy it anyway, no matter what you say, we gonna get it anyway. Well, if you tell me my leg gonna fall off, my finger, I'm gonna lose my finger, I'm gonna lose my eye, I'm gonna lose one of my legs. If I'm really concerned about it, then I'm not gonna buy it. But let that be my decision to decide if I want to walk around here limping. Some of us might be daredevils and want to just try it, touch the fire and see if it's hot, and we might get away with it. Just let us decide. It's enough of people, excuse me, out there in the world like that where you can still make your money and just be honest. Just be honest. Let me see who else. I went ahead of myself before I even let me finish speaking. Hey Shamika, welcome in. Thank you for being here, Shamika. I appreciate you. Let's see who else we got in this chat. L Triple G Love. Thank you for being here, sis. We chilling in the house tonight. We not at work tonight. LGGG. We not at work tonight. We in the house tonight. Let's see. Wanda Carr, welcome in. Come on, show Wanda Carr. There we go. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. That's the no working dance. We in the house tonight. We not at work tonight. Uh. We in the house tonight. We not at work tonight. Uh. Hey, Miss Sonia. Just gifted. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, Miss Sonia. My Renaissance grandma said, I can't believe it taking 13 days to get there. Yeah. I know when you sent me something before, it didn't take that long, but she got it yesterday. She got it yesterday and she called me. Netta's Nest, welcome in. Thank you for being here, Netta. Hope I ain't get you in too much. Well, I hope I ain't get your husband in too much trouble last night. Well, not that was last night. Whatever night we did Sugar Shack. Hope I ain't get you or him in too much trouble. Hope y'all had a good time though. Thank you for your support, and I really enjoyed you on the panel the other night. Really appreciate you. Hey, Rudy, welcome in. Thank you for being here. One time for Rudy. Everybody is speaking. All right, so y'all, like I was saying, the things that came across um my mind today really ticked me off because, like I said, I just feel like, why they got to lie? Why you just let me know it is what it is, and you got enough people that's gonna choose the bad option enough for you to make money to where you don't have to lie to us. And so, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up a couple of labels. What's going on for your information? For your information, okay. For your information, you ain't got to lie. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm saying what really hit home for me is because when I did the short that posted today that you guys haven't seen, it was about the Jello pudding, and on the Jello pudding it said sugar free, right? Sugar free means sugar free, right? Hold on, let me close my door because my son back there talking, and I don't want y'all to get confused with if it's me or him. Hold up. Okay. Oh, before I go any further, for those of you who are tuning in on the Facebook side, one time for y'all. Hey, Miss Linda, the New Orleans gardener. Welcome in. Thank you for being here, Miss Linda. Miss Linda, did I ever tell you that my mama name is Linda? You got the same name as my mama. My mama name is Linda, and she's tall and slender, just like you. She just light skinned. But yep, all the Lindas I know is tall and slender and light skinned, and you don't play with them. They'll get you together quick. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Wait a minute. Hey J3, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Jay's over there. Don't get too slim down that I can't see you. Jay's over there dropping weight like ain't nobody business. But I see you. I see you, J3. So y'all, back to the Jello. I was telling y'all. I went through the store today and I've seen Jello and all other snacks that say sugar free or whatever, and it didn't really hit me like it hit me today. And what bothered me is because, okay, it says sugar free. What the definition of sugar free means there's no sugar in it. Is right? It means no sugar. That's what the words mean. But somewhere along the line, no sugar, sugar free definition has been misconstrued. Well, not misconstrued, has been changed. Just like um these packages in the store with food, if it don't, they have to put the label on it to say non-GMO, or you have to actually put it on there to say it's organic for people to know that it's not organic. Some things that you would think should are understood or common sense are no longer common sense because basically they lying. Basically. So when you tell me no, I expect that's what no means no. No don't means maybe. No don't mean yes. No means negative. But people are changing the words to fit what they want them to fit in order to confuse people. And so we can't let them confuse us. We know what it means. It just means that we just gotta look a little harder. Miss Linda say, your mama have a beautiful name. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. So J3 say, why sugar free has sugar? Because they changed the definition to what they consider as sugar. Okay. So when somebody say sugar, what you think of? Table sugar, right? The white stuff. That's what we think of. So I guess they say, well, that's what sugar is the table sugar. So why not just say table sugar free, right? But sugar is sugar, whether it's table sugar, whether it's alcoholic sugar, whether it's processed sugar, whether it's organic sugar, it's sugar. It's just a different form, but it's still sugar. But what they're doing is they're getting to label these things because of what their definition of sugar is or what type of sugar they are referring to. So I'm heated because I'm a diabetic type 2, right? And look, my Renaissance grandma says sugar free always means artificial sweetener unless it states, see, that's what I'm saying, unless it states sweetened by natural fruits. And that's what I'm saying. I'm a diabetic, right? And anybody who else is a diabetic or anybody who is familiar with diabetes, they tell you to go on a diabetic diet, right? That consists of, a limited amount of carbs and calories a day. And they suggest that if you want snacks, get sugar-free snacks, right? The average mind or the regular mind gonna say, okay, sugar-free snacks means I can eat these because they don't have no sugar. Ah, wrong. That ain't what that mean. Just because it say sugar-free don't mean it don't have sugar. It just mean it don't have a certain kind of sugar. Don't that seem like you trying to trick me? That's like the saying, if you tell somebody, when you hear people say, I didn't lie, I just didn't tell the whole truth. You lied. If you didn't tell the truth, you lied. So what? Yeah. And that's the kind of climate that we living in. It's been like that for forever, but we are just now, to me, some of us are just now wrapping our mind around it of how the words are being, bended, how we're being tricked, and how we're being forced into going down one path. When all they don't have to trick us and force us. If you just tell me up front, it's enough for us that's gonna make the decision anyway to do it. Some it's enough for us to say, well, I'm gonna die from something anyway. I'm gonna eat it. You still gonna make your money, but just be honest. Just be honest and let me know. Let me know. Let me make the choice if I want to partake in what you got going on. And then I have to accept the consequences of how it's going to affect my life. That's all I'm saying. So if you're going to suggest that diabetics pick the sugar-free ones, let me know. Let those things be really sugar-free, right? And don't be trying to pull a wool over my eyes. She said, I'm in the bushes a bit, but a bit wide. Okay, Mike. Hey, there go my man, Gardner 99. I played your song. I played your song. She says, not for nothing. The system has been doing this for years, changing ingredients to promote sales. Yes, it's just getting increasingly more in your face. What's going on, Sylvia? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to pull up a label and show y'all. We're going to pull up a couple labels and I'm going to show y'all exactly what I'm talking about because these, they're playing with your life, literally. And these decisions that we make are life and death situations for some people, and it affects your livelihood, how you are choosing to live. And if we want to go by uh whatever it is, the Constitution or whatever, our basic human rights, you're taking away our basic human rights by trying to force us into buying things that you know are not the right things that we're supposed to have. You're purposely harming us. And really, in a way, it's you're unaliving people. Bottom line, when you look at it, you're unaliving people. And I know that they don't care. It's all about money. But that's what's going on. It's just going against the foundations of what this country is. And it's if you look at other countries, they're not like that. If you've been in a couple of these chats around in our community, you'll notice that we've all hit on points to where some countries won't even accept food from here because they know that it will hurt their people and they don't want to cause harm to their people because they value their people and they want their people to not only just live but be healthy while they live and prosper. J3 say they are good and bad at lying, hoping we all fall for it, right? And we've been falling for it. At least I'm gonna say I have. Welcome in to Diversity Love. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Miss Linda say they have a different definition of being honest, right? A totally different definition. If they don't they feel like if I ain't specifically say it, then I ain't lying. I ain't told a lie. A half truth ain't a lie. It's just half the truth, and I ain't disclosed the other part. You are so welcome, 99. You are so welcome. LGG says we are in a stage where AI is the new security guard of speech. Right. Please note we as people have care about our own health. Yes. It is so frustrating because somebody out there don't know right now and they're trying their hardest, their best to follow the guidelines that higher ups have given them and have told them, hey, if you do this, this will get rid of this disease. If you do this and you get rid of this disease, and they do it and they follow the instructions to the T, they eat right, exercise right, and can't figure out for the life of them why things are not working. And it's things like this that causes people to miss the mark, and it causes other things. It brings on depression, and that depression starts to manifest in your body in physical ways, and then you got even more complications. So that's what ticked me off today, because I didn't think of it from that aspect up until today. But yeah, that it like they say in the South, that just burns my biscuits. It's not their fault that our own people don't read. That's what the stores would say. Yeah, that's what they would say. It's not our fault. Look, Gardner 99 says we are too dependent on the supermarkets, very much so, and we need to get back to that. All day in YouTube, I've been hearing people say, we need to become more self-sufficient, and that's what we're pushing. If you haven't put any seeds in the ground, please do so. In the pot, please do so, because not only is food, the prices of food is going to go up, but the quality of the food is going to get worse and worse. Excuse me. It's going to get worse and worse. Say we must unite to spread the word, share out informative lives like this. Exactly. Yes, you are so right for your information. The system has made humankind so lazy. We have become so lazy because everything is so convenient and at our fingertips that, yeah, we and that was the goal, was for them to make us more reliant on them, or get to the point to where we don't even remember how to be self-sufficient. So let me see if I can pull up this video um, that my Renaissance grandma shared with me today. Let me see if this. It's a lot of things that I want to share with you guys today about all of these different names. Let me see. I'm gonna exit. But I want you guys to be aware of all the different names of sugar out there. When you're going in the store and you're turning over your labels and you're reading the ingredients and everything, you need to know what these different things are, what they mean. Be able to recognize these different words so that you don't get caught up and you don't get tricked. See if I can. Okay. Okay, let me share this with you guys. Make sure share my screen. Oh, feel like I got my arrow on, but I know I don't. Okay. So this is one of the videos that I want to share with you guys first. Sylvia says, "We too lazy to spit out a seed, right? Too lazy." He said, "I can't pronounce half the stuff that's on the labels, right?" And that's just their tactic. Even if you can't pronounce it, at least you'll be able to recognize it and see it. When we was in school, they taught us if you couldn't pronounce a word, you break it down. Words are made of, you got the root word, excuse me, and then you got the prefix, and then you got the suffix. So you recognize, you can basically tell what a word means or the background of a word by breaking it down, right? That's one thing that they taught us, and that's universal across all languages. If you don't speak a language, if you can look at that word and break it down in that sense, to look at the root part of the word and look at the prefix and the suffix, you can kind of guess what it means. So that's what I want us to get to the point. Don't be scared when you get to seeing these big words. Ooh, I can't pronounce that. I don't know what it mean. That's a big old word, and you shy away from it. The rule of thumb is if you can't pronounce it, don't buy it. But we still need the knowledge to know why we not buying it, because the generation behind us, they're not like we are, and the generations before. They don't not do something just because you said it. They want the reason why behind it. They want you to explain to them why it's not good and why things are happening. So we got to be able to give them that knowledge. At least if we can't tell them what it means and pronounce it, we can, hey, look, this is what I know. Now you go research the rest, right? But we don't want to tell them, don't eat sugar. Just why? Just because I said it's not good for you. Don't eat this. I'm just gonna make up a word. Don't eat this glucomanolafilla bottle. Why? Because I said it's not good for you. Well, you got to tell them why is how you know it's not good for me. What is do? You can't even pronounce it. You don't even know what it means. We got to help them out. Give them a little foundation so they can have something to build on. Let's see. LGG say, add this to our playlist. What would the identifying label? Poisonous foods, the food enemy within the ingredients. Okay, LGG say, add that to the playlist. If I can't figure out how to pronounce it, I should not eat it. That's the rule of thumb. He says, take a picture of the label, then go research it. Right. We always say, do your what? Research it. If you can't read, you put it back on the shelf. Right. And then look, let me tell you, that not being able to read is not an excuse either, because what? We so lazy, they got the computer will read it for you. All you got to do is type it in and Google will tell you, hey Siri, how do you pronounce and spell it? And Siri gonna say, this is the word. This is how you pronounce it. It originates from, hey, and give you the whole background. Information at your fingertips. Ain't no excuses. We use a system to empower ourselves, right? What's going on, Laura? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. She says, Diversity Love says, for Black History Month, we should do videos, hey, for healthy foods for kids. That's a great idea, Diversity Love. That is a great idea. Wonderful idea. I'm going to try to hold on to that so we can get that started. Okay, so let me share y'all this first video.
This carb is worse than sugar and will spike your blood sugar through the roof. Before I reveal, let's look at the glycemic index. For table sugar, it's around 65. Not great, but it could be worse. Glucose, that's a straight 100. But this carb, it's hitting between 116 and 136 on the glycemic index. It's not labeled as sugar, but it acts like one, and in a much more dangerous way. This sneaky carb is called maltodextrin, and it's hiding in a ton of foods. You'll find it in modified food starch, modified cornstarch, and a bunch of sugar-free products. So that is sugar in disguise. Like I say, flip that thing around because the devil's in the detail. This carb is worse than...
Devil is in the details. You ain't never lying. Ah. And how many times have y'all seen maltodextrin on the labels? Let me see if I can get myself back on here. How many times have we seen that on the labels? And we worried about regular table sugar, and we need to be worried about these other sugars. She just gave you the points of how much difference it will be. Maltodextrin, yeah, we see that, but we don't pay attention. We just looking for sugar. If it say sugar, SUGAR, I ain't getting it. But that's just tip of the iceberg. Maltodextrin is way worse than consuming sugar. I'm going to do some research on some of these words that I find on the back of labels. And what we're going to do, and I want you guys to do your research too. We're going to do, get the meaning of these words, and we're going to find the side effects and the short-term and long-term effects of human consumptions of these particular items. So do your homework this week. Turn around your labels, and whatever words that you find that you can't spell and that they mean sugar, I want you to research it, make sure that it's a type of sugar, find out what type of sugar it is, and then find out the long-term and short-term effects of human consumption of that. Okay? Let's see what y'all said about that. For your information says, keeping it real, the generation behind us are health conscious. They go to Whole Food store. Yeah, a lot of them are. It's a larger percent of them that are more health conscious than we are. It's a lot of them. And I will say, they will take the time and actually think about what they putting in their mouth. They will do that. Like, I didn't bring my son up. I have an 18-year-old, and I didn't train him up to pay attention to labels or think about food that's going into his body. And you would think him being an athlete, that would have been a part of it. In the South, we eat, baby, and we cook. And ain't nobody turn around no labels to see what's in there or whatever. You're going to die from something. That's just the motto. But his generation, him and his peers, thinking, being taught, from each other, and the access that they have to things over the internet, doing their research and the things that they come across, it changed their mind and made them more conscious of what they put in their bodies. Because especially for those whose livelihood, or that's the way that they're going to make their living, they have to be in shape. They're going to research and do what they have to do to make sure that their bodies are healthy and make sure that they're not damaging their bodies. And I didn't bring him up that way. I didn't. But he brought that, the things about him eating more healthier and him not doing sugar, that was initiated by him. I didn't, that's not a foundation that I gave him. The foundation that I gave him is to, you go eat whatever you want to eat. And you got to eat, and you got to eat all your food. Don't leave no food on the plate. That's just, yeah, how I was raised, and that's how I passed it on down to him. Now, as going to school as a nurse, we eat from the major food groups. Make sure you get your protein in. Make sure you eat your veggies. But veggies in the South, you got green beans where you sprinkle a little sugar in it, some of them, and you put all the carbs in there and the fat meat. Y'all know. She said it's in a lot of foods. The maltodextrin is in a lot of foods. Y'all, please turn your labels around and be reading this stuff. Gardner 99 says maltodextrin is a type of carbohydrate, but it undergoes intense processing. It comes in the form of a white powder from rice, corn, wheat, or potato starch. So Gardner 99 is telling you this. So somebody might tell you, come up to you and say, maltodextrin is not a sugar. Uh, it breaks down into a sugar. The category, it's what it's named and what it's labeled is a carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are broken down into sugar. What does that mean? It is composed of different components. No, it's not. Its makeup is not the makeup of sugar, but it breaks when you eat it and break it down. It breaks down into sugar. Okay, it may not start off as sugar, but once you put it in your mouth, it's sugar. Let me give you an easy example. If you get a Hershey's candy bar, right? It starts off as a candy bar. It's a solid candy bar. That's what it starts off. That's what you see with your eyes. But then when you put it in your mouth and it melts down and breaks down, it's chocolate. It just changed a different form, right? But even though before you put it in your mouth, it still was chocolate. We just call it a candy bar. But it's still cocoa. It's just a different form. So don't get tricked up by people saying a carbohydrate is not a sugar just because a carbohydrate is just a different form. But when you break it down in your body, it's still a sugar. It breaks down into sugar. I hope I explained that for y'all. I have taken the time to share this live on all my social media platforms. Information is power. Thank you so much, Drops. I really appreciate it. I mean, not Drops, for your information. Lord have mercy. Drops must be talking about me. Thank you for my information, for sharing it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have been reading labels for years. The problem is I started realizing there was nothing for me to eat. That's saddening me to the point of frustration. I feel you. So I gravitated to vegetables. I feel you on that. And there are some options out there. And that's what I've been on a hunt for myself. There are some options out there. Um, and as I find them, I'm going to share them. And I hope that you guys do the same. So I found a tomato sauce. Newman's Own is the brand of tomato sauce. And I put it on my short because I didn't grow enough tomatoes over the summer to can my own tomato sauce and do whatever I want to do with tomatoes and make pizza or whatever. I didn't have enough. So for those things that we don't have enough veggies or we don't, produce it on our own, you're gonna have to go somewhere and get it. And some of these stores do have it, and some of them don't. And until we get to a point in our community to where we have enough people to where we can network and barter with each other, then that's what we're going to have to do, search out these options, because eventually once they realize that we're not buying those less less desired options, then you know they're going to start pulling those off the shelf, and then you're really not going to have everything that you go to the store. Is none of it is going to be good for you. So that's why we encourage people to grow on your own. You might not be able to grow everything that you need, but if somebody else can, then you guys can barter and trade with each other, and that's how we can become more self-sufficient and go back to that system that worked back in the day, where you had those mom and pop stores, across the country, where there were different farmers within that town that would grow and provide the store with the produce or items to sell to people. And so that's what we need to get back to, because eventually, if we don't, you'll be at the mercy of somebody else making your decision of how the quality of your life. And you don't want to do that. Even though there's rules in place that you have the right to your good quality of life, as you can see, uh, what they mean, they can change the what that definition means, the quality of life. So we gotta be steps ahead. We gotta get ahead. Starch is just as bad as sugar. Yes, it is. Garden 99. My Renaissance grandma says it will be hard to avoid maltodextrin. It's in baby formula. Wow, I didn't realize it was in baby formula. Salad dressing, pasta, canned fruits, energy bars, desserts, frozen meals, sports drinks, baked goods, soups, almost everything. Yes. And you are right. It is in almost everything. So we just got to have more people grow their own and make their own, because we know when they make it, it's not going to be in there. And until then, we got to avoid. It's going. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be slim pickings, but your variety of what you can eat will definitely go down. But it's enough out there to pick from to help sustain you and satisfy those cravings in you until we can get up on our feet, until we can get this system in place. It's enough out there. Just going to take sacrifice and dedication and a lot of people to commit to growing these things so that, we can help each other out. It's not just for you, but for your fellow man as well. My mom always says that ignorance of the law is no excuse. I never understood. I believe that's how I became an analytic. Yes, there's no excuse. There's I can't remember the exact scripture. The exact scripture in the Bible and the exact story, but I remember being taught when I was in church younger. They were saying that once the world ends, you won't be able to stand before your higher power and say you didn't know. Because by the time the world is over, um, everyone will have had an opportunity to have been given or heard the word or heard of the word or heard of him or heard of Christianity or heard of whatever your religion is. So that won't be an excuse. So at some point, somebody's going to cross your path and help enlighten you. So ignorance is no excuse. Sometimes we just have to slow down and pay attention to it. So let me see. Let me share this next video, and then we'll look at some labels. Let's see. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. Okay, that's a short. Let me see. I think this is it. Okay, so here it is. Let me share this screen with you guys. And I took a snippet of this and I shared it on my page today with a short that I did, but I wanted to find like the more of the joke so that and share it with you guys so that you guys can see it. Said sorry about you. Rules is another trick word. Yeah, we must redefine our understanding of our process. We must start our own dictionary. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Rules, laws, yeah. Then you got people come up with it's loopholes in it. Yeah. This environment that we're living in now, unfortunately, this day and time, the things that were in the corner back when some of us were younger are now have overshadowed good. So the things that we left and let sit in the corner instead of destroying it back then, we have allowed it just to stay back there in the corner. We have allowed the evil to continue to stay and exist around us in the corner to the point to where we didn't realize that evil, even though it was in the corner, it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and just waiting for the opportunity to where it could come out the corner and overshadow the goodness. So we are in a battle right now to put it back in its place. And this time, when we put it back in its place, we're gonna have to extinguish it. We can't allow it to dwell amongst us. My Renaissance grandma says basically fruits and vegetables are your best options, and that includes growing them yourself. Yes, life will be hard with just those two choices. It really would. It really would, but we can do it because truth be told, we've done it. In the beginning of the time, I mean that's what they were eating. They wasn't eating a lot of these things. A lot of these things have been introduced to mankind. So yeah, it'll be hard to unlearn. But our bodies would get used to it. But it's just that our fleshly, our we gotta retransform our mind and go through detoxing. But it could be done. It could be done. But it's like you said, it's gonna be hard. So let me play this for y'all. This is funny but true.
Fucking example. They supposed to be putting medicine in America to help motherfuckers feel better and help you live better. But these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the medicine. They out making their motherfucking money. They give you one medication supposed to fix some shit, and the side effect fuck up your leg and shit. Then they give you another one to fix that, and it fuck up your arm, and now you on two medications looking like a flamingo in front of your motherfucking children and shit. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Just 1 month, they say this is the best medicine ever. It'll cure everything. And then 3 months later, you hear this quiet ass commercial. Have you or one of your loved ones been killed from using our medicine? Dial 1-800-RBAD. That's 1-800-RBAD. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Weed is still illegal, and all of they shit is still fucked up. They medication either don't work or it worked too fucking good. And I wasn't familiar with working too good, and I had to find out the hard way. I got a son that's 7, his name Malik. This nigga run every goddamn day. That's what the fuck he do. You ain't gotta chase him, you ain't gotta train him, you ain't gotta put shorts on him. This nigga is ready every morning. Soon as his foot touched the goddamn ground, out the bed, shoo, that nigga's gone for the rest of the goddamn day. Shoo, 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 shoo. You either see him like this or like that. That's your only two options. Shoo, 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 shoo. And he be happy as shit. Now, the nurse at the school say, she say it's not healthy. I said, you don't understand, the nigga's happy. She said, no, you don't understand. Whether he's happy or not, it's not healthy. I said, now I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. The nigga, I can't put the nigga in trouble for being happy. That's kind of, nigga, stop being happy and get in there and be miserable. I can't fucking do it. So I said, what do you recommend? So she recommended Ritalin. Now, she told me the shit was gonna even him out. Now, either I don't know what the fuck even means, or Ritalin got crack cocaine in it. One of the two is a goddamn fact, because this shit is no bullshit. I wasn't ready, he wasn't ready. This shit caught both of us off guard. I gave the nigga the shit in the kitchen. He was on the way to his room. That nigga never even made it out the hallway. That shit caught that nigga in mid-stride. He was just... Now, for the first 2 hours, I was happy as shit. I'm getting shit done. I'm like, this is wonderful. But after 3 hours, you got to come check on the nigga now after 3 hours. Nigga, what you doing? My kid's smart ass. I'm being good like you want it, daddy. Okay, touche, my nigga, touche. This what fucked me up. I was like, you've been sitting there for 3 hours. What are you thinking about? That nigga said, running? Well, go on and run then, little nigga. Go on and run. Because you just gonna have to let real shit be real shit in motherfucking 2008. Because these motherfuckers hate real shit.
Sorry, I was on mute. I played that, guys, because we're not only just talking about food, but on the flip side, you got to check your medicines too. The doctor telling you you're diabetic, you need to take this medication, and you saying, okay, well sometimes I get a headache. Oh, take your Advil if you get a headache. But I'm a diabetic, and you're not gonna tell me, and you're gonna recommend me a pill that's coated in sugar? Or they give you diabetic cough syrup. Have you looked at the back of the label of that sugar-free diabetic cough syrup? Or any of those sugar-free cough syrups in the store? Look at your labels. If you have any medications that you're taking, and let me just say this, I am not your doctor. I am a medical professional, but I am not giving you medical advice. This is for educational purposes. Do your own research, okay? But if somebody is telling me that I have a, a problem with blood clots, and I get blood clots frequently. Um, I need to avoid foods that will cause my blood to clot. Why would I go in the store and buy foods that would cause my blood to do that? Why, if I have hypertension, why would I go get a medication that's high in sodium? Why would I do that? Because I don't know it's in there. I don't know that there is a medication. I don't know the ingredients that's in that medication that's causes that will heighten or increase the disease that I currently have. You have to read those labels on your medication as well. I just happen to have had a stomach cramps at work a couple days ago, and I keep Tylenol, extra strength, Advil, just pain medicines, Midol. I keep thinking naproxen. I keep stuff like that in my bag for at work, because when I'm at work, I can't just leave and go get something. I keep, my little medicines in my bag in case of emergency at work. I get sick and I can't call off. I'm the only person. I can't leave, or there's no relief. I can't just leave. I got to be prepared and have my things there. So I popped me 3 Advils at work, and because I am doing the hashtag natural sugar, whenever I put something in my mouth, I instantly taste that sweetness. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, something ain't right. If I've checked the label, maybe I skipped over the word, or if I didn't check the label, when I put it in my mouth, it triggers me and reminds me you need to look. So I put that Advil in my mouth. As soon as it hit my tongue, I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of sweet. Let me turn this label around. Do you know the ingredients was not listed on the back of there? Not on the actual bottle itself. So most of us, if you like me, I'm not keeping that paper. I open it up, throw that box away, and I keep the bottle. Some of the ingredients are not listed on the bottle because they know you're gonna throw that paper away and you're just gonna keep the bottle because all you need to know is the instructions, right? So I went and researched the ingredients for Advil. That brown coating on Advil is nothing but sugar. The purpose of it being there to help to make the medicine taste good so you can be able to take it so it won't be nasty. It serves no medical purpose except for to make it taste good. If you don't believe me, let's pull it up. Or like Miss Linda say, Google me, baby. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat, and then I'm gonna pull up. We're gonna pull up a few labels, and I wanted y'all to hear what Cat Williams was saying. I have people in my family when Ritalin first. I ain't gonna say first came out, but when it was hot, when it was a thing to do, when it was a thing to prescribe for doctors to prescribe, when they was trying to make their money, every child that I knew that had behavior problems in school, so-called behavior problems, and they came up with the label of hyperactive ADHD, and they wanted to prescribe Ritalin. That was the drug to come out. That was the drug that they was pushing. And if we research the ingredients that's in Ritalin, I wonder if it contains some form of sugar that you're giving to these kids to where they are already up, and you giving them something to bring them down for a short period of time, and then it's like they crash and they right back to how they were, hyperactive or whatever. But we gonna look that up. We gonna look that up tonight. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay. J3 was saying, yes, you are right. We need to detox our mind. Oh, my Renaissance grandma said, I'm craving hot butter homemade bread, just knowing I can't have it. I feel you, my Renaissance. Them cravings be kicking. They be kicking. I'm glad I don't have cravings. J3 says, I love cheesecake, but I walked by a slice today and felt good. So proud of you, J3. And I know how you love cheesecake. Gardner 99 says, doctors, hospitals, and big pharmaceuticals get paid to keep you sick. And yeah, that's how they make their money, y'all. You already know it's a business. It is definitely a business. Why is it a Diet Coke or zero sugar Coke is sweeter than regular Coke? Okay, because they want you to get it. Even though they're using that artificial stuff, they still want you to get your sugar fix. What's going on, Just One Ella? And when it boils down to it, J3, guess what's in it? It's still a form of sugar. It still is. It's still a form of sugar. My Renaissance grandma says, I was diagnosed with migraines many years ago. My doctor repeatedly told me, do not consume caffeine. Why did I pick up? Okay, before I even read it, I already know what you finna say. Why did I pick up the script and one of the ingredients was caffeine? Man, but that's the kind of things that we saying we just put our trust in them. Somebody didn't read that label and probably have been on that medication for years and it's not working and they don't know. But they've conditioned us to not turn around and check behind the doctor because they know or not question the things that they have. We just put our trust that somebody is doing the right thing. We trust them too much, and we have, like Gardner 99 and a whole bunch of y'all say, we just too lazy to do the research and just let somebody else make the decision for us. Diet Coke is bitter to me, tastes like saccharin. You must be used to not, used to eating well to where you see what it actually tastes like. Jegs, because artificial sweeteners are 3 times sweeter than sugar. Look, that's how they got their crazy chick. Yep, on it. Ritalin. That was the bonus they would offer parents, especially those in low income areas. Hey, if your child is on this, you can get this much money a month. That was the incentive to try to, not the incentive, but that was the thing to make you not pay attention and not do research. You just focused on the money till you not doing the research and worrying about what effect is this going to have on my child. Not right now, but especially long term. Like I know a lot of people that was on that medication and a couple of other medications. Years later, they have had a lot of problems. They can't focus. Some of them have unalive people. They have hallucinations. They just can't function normally. Or I'm gonna say they can't. I ain't gonna say normally because my definition of normal might not be somebody else's definition of normal, but they can't function enough to take care of themselves or function enough to use cognitive skills and reasoning. It just messed them up mentally. And that's where a whole lot of mental health cases comes in my opinion. How many natural herbs can treat our ailments? A lot of them. I mean, we it was created for us to use. The medicine was created for us to use to and we don't. Let's research and apply knowledge, please. Yes. That's the goal. Next level thinking and listening. Yes. Yes, for you. I've done many talks on a plethora of clove benefits. Look, this lady right here, this lady right here got a, like she say, a plethora of information on her page showing you how to make herbal medicines and foods and things. And she also sells stuff along with a lot of others in our community have a lot of information that we use that we can use to try to transfer and get to that next level of thinking, as LGG said, and living, especially like the New Orleans gardener, lead farmer, J3GS farms, Uncle Bamit, Miss Shirley, a lot of in here, a lot of them in this community, and that's just to name a few. So let me see if I can share this Advil label. So most labels on medication, they don't list everything that's on the back of the medication. What end up happening is you'll see the label will look like this, and I'm gonna show you. See if I can share my screen. Let me add this. So you'll see the label that looks like that. LGG says my dad was a herbalist. People found him by word of mouth when he fixed a human medical problem. These people did not want to leave his presence. They wanted to see if their illness would return. Look, as a child, that affected me negatively. I did not like crowds. Oh, just when Ella says, I haven't taken pharmaceuticals for years. I have a kitchen cabinet as my medicine cabinet. Oh, filled with herbs. The only way I will take pharmaceuticals is if it's a life or death situation. Right. I agree with you. That's a wonderful thing. And that's what I want to strive to get to have everything in my cabinet. And I want to be able to just go to my cabinet and use instead of using the medications. And then we do know that, herbs take time to work. So want to be able to listen to my body, be more in tune with my body, so that I can get on top of things and I'll be solving it really on a preventative level rather than trying to fix things after the fact, right? So, what's going on, Auntie Ellen? G Quat Traditions. That's another one of our elders in our community that shares great information with us. And we got to great reach down and grab that information. Thank you for being here, Auntie Ellen. So if you guys see this label here, let's see if I can zoom in. At the top, it says active ingredients. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Okay, at the top it just says active ingredients, but you don't see everything that's listed in it, right? It just gives you one, two, three, four active ingredients, right? And that's what you see on most medication labels. So what you have to do is go back and do a deep dive Deep dive on your research. A simple Google search will show you, and I will show you exactly what I looked up and what I found. So I just went to Google and I typed in, does Advil contain sugar? And you come up with this right away, where it says people also ask, is Advil covered in sugar? This right away says each brown sugar coated tablet lets you know that it has sugar. Then I went to see, well, why does Advil contain sugar? And this is what AI comes up with. It says Advil contains sugar or a sweetener in the form of a coating on the tablet to make the bitter taste of the active ingredients ibuprofen, making it easier to swallow, especially for children or people that are sensitive to strong flavors. It's a common practice in many pharmaceutical formulations. So that's just saying in many companies that make medicines, it's common for them to coat their pills in sugar. You might want to check on some of the capsules that you take. I know that some of us there are vegan capsules. Um, let's see, do they contain sugar? Just simple research. So I just did, do vegan capsules contain sugar? AI says no, vegan capsules typically do not contain sugar. They are plant based and made from materials like cellulose or tapioca and do not contain animal products like gelatin. So typically, so that means that tells you some of the vegan capsules do have sugar. So, and if you look at the bottom down here, it tells you that there are sugar free options. Some vegan supplements are sugar free and do not contain artificial sweeteners. So, you need to look on the back of them and check those things out. My Renaissance grandma says this is why I encourage people to grow many herbs during growth season. Yes. Let's see. Okay, so let me show y'all the back of the pudding label. So we're gonna look at a whole bunch of these sugar-free things that they are suggesting diabetics eat. Don't get the Oreos, get the sugar-free cream sandwich cookies. Get the sugar-free wafers instead of the little Debbie wafers. Hold on. Jello pudding, sugar free label. Okay, we go to images and they even have some that say zero. Okay, so you look at this label. This is what you. Uh oh. It says loading. Okay, let me exit that out. That's taking too long to load. I don't know what I clicked on to make it load. like that. But when you go into the store, come on, thing. We'll click on another one because now that one don't want to come up. We're not gonna look at the one that says zero sugar yet. We're gonna do the sugar free. Okay. So when you go in the store, you see this label here. It says sugar free vanilla. See if I can pull that up, make it bigger for y'all. She says, yes, cellulose. Laura said, yes. So what is cellulose? Yes, cellulose is a chain of glucose sugar molecules. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Miss Laura. I like Jello vanilla, Alva says. You can eat anything you want just as long as you do it in moderation. Did you notice the vegan says no sugar but shows cellulose? Look, she just let me go back. Let me go back. So I don't want to just skip over that. So that's where it comes in what we were saying about noticing the if you don't know certain words, if you look at the root word and then you look at the prefix and the suffix of some words, you can basically figure out, what they're not saying. So let me go back to does vegan capsules contain sugar? Right. So let me. Am I sharing this one? Yes, I'm sharing this one. So right here, what they were saying is it says vegan capsules are made from plant-based cellulose. So in our experience, even if you just read over that, you should always get whenever you see a word that ends in os, you should your little antennas should go off. The red light should go off. Your antenna should go up and say os. Most words that ends in os is a form of sugar. So cellulose. So if you're taking these vegan capsules and you taking a medication for diabetics and they want to give you a medication, but the medication that the doctor originally prescribed to you is plant-based or is made from some type of animal derivative. And then they give you, okay, well, we have a vegan option. You can take that. And you thinking you're doing something good, but you really still sabotaging yourself because that capsule that encloses the medication is made up of sugar. And back to what Garden 99 was saying, you can eat anything you want as long as you do it in moderation. And my my thing with that is that is true. But I wouldn't eat these things that have added sugars to it that don't need added sugars. Why are we adding sugar to it? Why are we adding sugar to fruit juice? Fruit juice is already naturally sweet. So why are we adding more sugar? So that comes in with what he's saying with the moderation. That's not moderation. That's sugar on top of sugar. That's too much. Why not just get just a regular plain fruit juice? Don't add me no sugar to it. Just give me this fruit juice. Organic fruit juice. Because you're taking away my option to be moderate by adding more sugar. Why are you adding sugar to my ground meat? Why are you adding sugar to my bacon? You just, yeah, they take away the moderation definition for us. So even though we eating anything in moderation, you still want to turn those labels around and read it. Okay, so let me go back to this, share you guys what I saw today in the store. Okay, and there's kind of a delay. So when you go in the store, you know, for people who are trying to avoid sugar and those who can't have it for whatever medical reasons, you see they tell you get the sugar free option, get the sugar free option, get the zero sugar, get the low sugar or whatever. This says sugar free, right? This label says total sugars zero, added sugars zero. But where are the ingredients? Like the lady said, the devil is in the details. Is in the details. The ingredients: water, modified cornstarch, non fat, palm oil, maltitol. Okay, let me tell y'all words that you see in OL on foods, it's an alcohol sugar. Let me see if I can go back to the front of this, to the ingredients. Okay, so I missed this. Back on your label where it has the nutrition facts, pay attention because it does tell you, it says no added sugars, but under there, y'all see it says sugar alcohol 5 grams. That's still sugar though. Like, why is it sugar alcohol in pudding? Okay, so let's go back. Now, this is supposed to be sugar free, right? It's supposed to be sugar free, but they telling you in the label, it don't have table sugar. It got alcohol sugar. That's basically what they saying. It ain't table sugar. It's alcohol sugar. So it's okay. It's sugar free. So the first sugar I found was the maltitol. The second one, right after that, sorbitol. Both of that's alcohol sugars. Keep on reading. Less than 2% of salt, okay, sodium, okay, uh, sterol, lactylate, or whatever that is. Uh, my tingle tangles go up, my alerts go up, my antennas go up because I've heard of lactulose. Uh, Os for me, most words mean sugar, right? They just don't have the os on there, but they got the lac part. Lactylate, sterol, lactylate, and the sterol, it pronounced all, but it's spelled differently. So my tingle tangles went up, my red flags went up, and said, let me research this. So I'm gonna put this here. Just go to Google. And it's sad that we gotta do this. It's sad that we have to do this because, like I said, this is your right. This is somebody's job. Somebody took a oath to make sure that um the food that we get is good and is healthy and is not causing us harm. Okay, so let me share this screen. So I went and I researched um that word stereol. I could pronounce the all, but I can't pronounce the word, but I knew all and I knew lact, and that said alcohol, sugar, something. So when I researched it, it says no, it's not a sugar, but it is a food derivative, specifically a emulsifier for food made in combination of stearic acid and lactic acid. Right there, I stopped when I saw lactic acid because lactic acid is made from sugar. So if you made from sugar, you sugar. If I make a cake and I use sugar, but it turns into a bread, I can't say, well, it's not sugar, it's a bread. No, it's a sugar. It has sugar in it. It may not be in the form of sugar. When I with the finished product might not be in the form of sugar, but it still has sugar in it. Lactic acid is made from sugar. Okay, so that's the thing you have where they not telling the whole truth. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Gardner 99 says just eat a little bit. Don't overdo it. In other words, don't be a dog. That's that sound like my mama. Don't be a dog. Eat a slice of pie, not the whole pie. I hear you, 99. Just one Ella says you can't just eat a little bit because of all the added sugar. Yeah, yeah. 199 says read the ingredients on the label. Shouldn't have to be a puzzle. Right, reading ingredients, it shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be. Since it's impossible to avoid these hidden sugars and other dangerous substances, it's best to research all the words and just limit those foods, which entails doing a lot of calculating daily. That will be easier. That will be easier. So we're seeing that this sugar-free Jello is not so sugar-free. Let's go back to see what else it has. Carrageenan, milk protein isolate, natural and artificial flavors, sucralose. Mm, Based off of what we just said, we already know that's sugar. And that ain't even no alcohol sugar. Sucralose. And we're going to stop right there. Except for we're going to go to the asterisk where it says adds in insignificant amount of sugar. Huh? What you mean? Adds, you told me it was sugar free, but then you turn around and say it got sugar in it, but the amount in it don't matter. It don't count. That don't count. What you mean it don't count? It's not enough in there to harm you. Based on whose standards? Based on whose rules? You know, my body don't work like your body. My body don't work like my Renzo's body. My body don't work on like Gardner 99 body. My body don't process stuff like just one Ella body. My body don't process stuff like for your information body. So you telling me that it's insignificant amount of sugar for all of us? Based on what? Who you tested? Who was in the studies? And was these the results for everybody? I'm just saying. She said, shop the perimeter of the grocery store. Gardner 99 said, it is virtually impossible to be sugar free. It's hard. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it is hard. They make it very hard intentionally. It involves a lot of work because you while you just trying to eliminate it in your food, They found a way to put it in medications. After a while, we're gonna be breathing in air with sugar in it. Oh, just your regular everyday drinking water gonna have sugar in it. Some form of sugar. Sucralose is Splenda, which causes allergies. She says, ask me how I know. Ask her how she know. Please note for a point of information, some communities, their food has not been altered. Yeah, some communities. Removing all sugar from your diet means you might miss important nutrients found in fruits, whole grains, and dairy. Now, we're not going to eliminate all sugars because we need natural sugars. Your body does use sugar to operate. But when you add in stuff to foods that don't need it, you just adding it just for pleasure, then that's not moderation. He says, I avoid dyes. So the artificial sugars is not the only problem for me in that. Yeah, and that's a whole nother issue in that pudding. Yep. Jessamine Ellis says natural sugars are not your enemy. Right. I shop in their communities, for your information says, in the other communities whose food have not been altered. I find no salt items, no sugar items. They demanding this for religious purposes. Hmm. Yep. And it's just crazy how your basic human rights are being violated. But they don't look at it that way. It's not being looked at that way. So, some other things, let me find something else. I'm gonna get a couple more labels to share with you guys. And if you have some labels that you want me to pull up, uh put them in the chat and we'll look it up. But I just want to look at some of these sugar-free diabetic um things because when I was a diabetic, well, I'm still a diabetic. When I went to the doctor and was getting advised about diabetes, they was telling me to do the sugar-free option. So we're gonna do the sugar-free cookies. You can still have cookies. They got sugar-free cookies. That's what they say. You can still have your cookies. Just get the sugar-free ones. Y'all like butter cookies? I like butter cookies because it remind me of those Jack cookies that they used to make back in the day. But I don't think, yeah, Jackson went out of business, so they don't have them. They don't make those anymore. So, uh, Fry's website loads very slow. I'm just waiting on this page to load. He said, yes, you need natural sugar for energy. Right. One love. Good night, y'all. Good night, 99. Thank you for joining us. That's community has unity. Yeah, they definitely do. And they have what's the word I want to say? Dedication. They're dedicated to their beliefs and they stand behind them. Quarter Oats has not added the option of GMO to the new normal. The last I checked. The oatmeal, love butter cookies and shortbread cookies. Me too. I shop in stores every 6 months, trying to bring it to once a year. Okay, Fry's is taking too long. I was trying to bring up their website. because they are pretty good about having good pictures. Okay, we see what Amazon do. Okay, Amazon got one. Let me share this, but it's not the shortbread ones. We'll do the chocolate chip. I like chocolate chip too, but these are supposed to be sugar-free chocolate chip cookies, and it's the Murray's brand. Murray's usually have good brand uh foods, so it's this one, sugar-free chocolate chip cookies. You guys can see that Murray sugar-free cookies. So let's look at the label, shall we? So if you look to the right, it says total sugars 0 grams, includes 0 added sugars. There we go again with the sugar alcohol, 6 grams. It's still sugar, whether it's alcohol sugar or table sugar, it's still sugar. Awesome for you. I'm trying to do homestead hearts, no grocery shopping for a year. Ooh, that would be lovely. That would be so lovely. So let's go over to the ingredients over here. I might have to enlarge my page so y'all can see that. So, ingredients contains, we already know it got sugar in it, but let's see how they disguise it. Enriched flour, we ain't gonna go there tonight. Wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, vitamin B1, thiamine mononitrate, vitamin B2, which is riboflavin, folic acid, soybean palm oil, chocolate covered flavored chips. And those chips contain maltitol. We are that was in the last one. That's the alcohol sugar. Chocolate processed with alkali, cocoa butter, soy lecithin, natural flavor, and milk. Maltitol again. Polydextrose, that's sugar. Maltodextrin, that's sugar. Sorbitol, that's sugar. Need I go on? Just scanning it. I see caramel color, that's sugar. Sucralose, that's sugar. But this is supposed to be a sugar-free option. And we just did the research showing you that maltodextrin is worse than table sugar. But they telling you as a diabetic, get the sugar-free option. Albert say, I'm buying some Valentine's Day cookies at Walmart. Look, I passed by. Was it in Walmart today? I think that was in Walmart. No, that was in Safeway. I went today. And Safeway had the Little Debbie Valentine's heart snacks. I was like, if I wasn't on the sugar free, uh, no, I mean, no added sugars, I would have had me some Valentine's Day snack cakes. So, y'all, this is just examples of this. Let's look at one more thing. Let's look at sugar free um, cough syrup. Let's look at that. Sugar free cough syrup. And for kicks and giggles, we'll say for diabetics. Diabetic tussin. Amazon sells diabetic tussin. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, let me make sure that I'm sharing my screen with you guys. I just realized I did not share the last uh slide for the cookies. So let me show y'all that before I go on. So y'all nobody won't say what she was just saying that on her own. No. So let me show y'all the label for these here chocolate Mary cookies that was supposed to be sugar free. Okay, so we looked at the back of the label. Right there you see where it says total sugar zero, included added sugar zero, sugar alcohol 6 grams. Then we go on over to the ingredients. And that's where you see, if you read down in there, you'll see the polydextrose, multidextrin, the sorbitol, the maltitol, the sodium sterol, the lactylate, caramel color, sucralose, sugar, 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 sugar. I wish I had Felicia in here. I like how she said. It's in there. It's in there. All right. The last thing we're gonna look up is this here diabetic tussin. Sugar free for people with diabetes. Diabetic tussin. Will they show us the label? Let's see. Usually Amazon. And then this label says specifically formulated for to provide relief for people with diabetes. Made without sugars, dyes, sodium, fructose, sorbitol, and gluten. I'm trying to look at the label. Let me make this smaller. Okay. Let me do images, see if I can pull up the label on a different page. Okay, here it is. Diabetic tussin. Share my page with y'all so nobody can't say I'm trying to trick them. And let me make sure I'm sharing. Share screen. Add to the screen. There we go. So the diabetic tussin. This is it. Diabetic tussin. Sugar free for people with diabetes. Label. Ooh, they got the label nice and big. So, see, they just have active ingredients at the top. And they have more active ingredients down here at the bottom. So this says alsafane potassium, artificial cherry flavor, artificial vanilla flavor, aspartame, hypromellose. Dum dum dum. Red flag. OSE. We gonna research that. Menthol, methylparaben, potassium sorbate, purified water. Citric acid may be used to adjust the pH. So let's see about this hypromellose. Yes, glyphosate is a problem as well. And what is his name? Grow Big TV. Um, Joe. What's Joe's other? Uh, what's the name of Joe's other channel? Some kind of state gardener. I can't remember the name of his other channel. It's been a while since he's been on there. But he's the one that did an interview with Luke from MI Gardner, and he did a great series on glyphosate. So let's look at hypromelos, and then that's the last thing we'll look at. And I'm gonna let y'all go to sleep because I'm gonna go to sleep. So I'm gonna share this tab so y'all can see what I'm doing. And make sure I'm sharing it. Yes. And so all I'm doing, I typed in the word hypromelos, and I'm gonna put is hypromelos a form of sugar? No, they say. Hypromelos is not a form of sugar. It is a semi synthetic polymer derived from cellulose. Huh. Well, how is cellulose a sugar, but hypromelos is not a sugar? Meaning it is a modified plant fiber, not a simple sugar molecule. Oh, okay. It's not a simple sugar molecule, but it must be a complex one. It is often used as a thickening agent in various products like eye drops and oral medications due to its ability to form a viscous solution when mixed with water. So this one is added to the diabetic medication, even though it is a sugar, but not technically a sugar, not technically table sugar, but it is a form of sugar. And it's a derivative of a form of a form. So technically, they say it's not a sugar because it's a derivative of a form of sugar. And it's not needed in the medication because it doesn't help to treat your symptoms or treat the disease. It's just used to thicken it. It's for cosmetic purposes, basically. They want the medicine to be thick instead of runny. And why do you want it to be thicker instead of runny? Just my mind, just wondering, if I have something that's water, it's hard to ration out water. It's hard to like skim off the top. Like if you trying to make money off of something that has the consistency of water, you're gonna use a lot of it to fill up the bottles. If I have something that's thicker in consistency, I could put less in the bottle and make more money. When in actuality, you're not really getting the full 8 ounces. You're probably only getting 4 ounces because it's thick compared to if I would have left it to be the consistency of water, you would have got 8 ounces. And I would have had to I wouldn't make as much money. I still make money, but I wouldn't make as much money. So to me, it seems like they add this for cosmetic purposes and so they can put less in the bottle and charge more. That's just my thinking. I ain't saying that's what they do, but what other purpose would they add it for? Why would you want it to be a thickener? Okay. Other reasons they say it adds as a thickener, it can be used to control the drug release in medication. Okay. So it helps to not allow your body to absorb it as quickly or be released slowly over time. But it's still a form of a sugar. It's just in a different form. When you break it down, it still breaks down into a sugar. And on top of that, it's a synthetic. So it's man made. So ain't no telling what they altered in order to get this. This might be a cheaper version of what they originally could use to thicken it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So y'all, that's all I had. And my broadcast is about to end. I want to thank y'all for coming in and joining me tonight. We'll continue conversations like this for as long as I can, as long as it's being sent to me. But I wish y'all have a good night. And I will see y'all in these YouTube streets. I appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your week and sleep tight. Turn around your labels and check them on everything, your food and your medicines. Okay? Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. Thank you.